Make a start, that's everyone. Oh, so yeah, so I sent the email and playlist. If you've just come into class, I sent the playlist like 10 minutes ago. I'm going to pop you on mute now. We've got a really twisty sequence today, very like rinsey and twisty. So yes, hopefully that is welcome. I did my first like little weight session. My weights finally arrived yesterday and I'm super achy today. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm just flopping all over the shop. I will try and stay upright for the class. One more thing I just really want to quickly say. Yesterday, there was quite a lot of technical difficulties that we experienced with the internet. So I'm going to try and practice this one with you, like demo it with you. But yeah, I'm going to keep kind of coming up to the screen and making sure that everyone is moving, just because yesterday I kind of carried on teaching and then I was like, oh, no one's moved in quite a while. That's really weird. So yes, I'm going to try and just keep checking that everything is fine and working. Okay, so we're going to start in seated, just a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. So you can sit cross-legged ideally, but if that's not working, then kneeling or just stretching the legs out in front of you, really whatever you fancy. Get your playlist ready and we'll put it on in 3, 2, 1, go. And then soften the palms wherever you want them. Let the arms just fall. Let the shoulders soften and come to close your eyes. And we take a few moments here, just a couple of breaths, to really land into the space of the body, the space of the breath, the space of our practice. As always, just beginning the process of kind of gently releasing attachment to whatever it was that you were just doing. Releasing perhaps the last conversation that you were having or task that you were moving your way through. Maybe you noticed that the mind was really stuck on one particular thought, and you can just take these first few moments of our practice to kind of let yourself know that while you're here, while you're on the safe and sacred space of your yoga mat or in your yoga practice, there isn't anywhere else that you need to be. There isn't anything else that we need to kind of think about here or focus on other than just this moment. And it's really hard. It's a really hard practice. And actually, sometimes just noticing that maybe you're not in the moment is the hardest bit. So just to ease that process of allowing yourself to come into this space, to step into your body and into your practice, we take our 2 long, deep sighing, clearing exhalations or breaths. So just beginning here with a full deep breath in through the nose. And at the very top, open the mouth wide and clear all of the air, let it go. You're going to do that one more time. Breathing in fully. And then opening up the mouth and exhaling to empty. Good. And then from here, we close the mouth and come into your Ujjayi breath, taking a full inhale to fill the belly, the ribs, the chest. And a full exhale, softening the heart, down through the ribs, down through the belly. We create that hugging energy through the muscles in the back of the throat that allows your breath to get longer, deeper, maybe a little bit louder. And every time the mind kind of pipes up a little and it says, hey, I think you need to think about this thing now, just come back to the sound of your breath. I know it sounds really simple, but it's sometimes just the hardest practice. Is to notice that your mind has drifted and then to pull it back to the breath, back to the body. And let your breath really fill you up here. So with every breath in, you're not just kind of passively sipping some air in. It's the sensation of almost absorbing breath, absorbing prana and energy. This vitality that we can drink in through our inhalation. And with your exhale, you're just allowing yourself to release a little, to shrug off something that maybe you don't need to carry with you in the practice today, something you don't need to hold on to. Can you afford to shake it off and let it go? Whenever we work with a very kind of twisting, revolving practice, and we come into this idea of kind of wringing out and using these postures that are often very much focused on the kind of rinse of the belly. We use these shapes to start to release whatever it is that maybe you don't need with you right now. It's like we're creating space in our core, our kind of, our power center. This space of authenticity, this space of truth, this space of confidence and bravery. This is the space that we start to clear with our twists. We clear out maybe uncertainty, or we clear out a sense of maybe nervousness or lack of self-esteem or confidence. This is kind of the qualities that we're starting to rinse away with our twists. And also just getting that sensation of kind of an energetic wringing out. Like you're just releasing the stagnation, you're releasing the stuck energy that maybe isn't really serving a purpose right now. And you're allowing yourself then to fill with this fresh vitality, this kind of warm, golden prana energy that we can drink in through our breath, through the body. So with that said, we're just going to take another nice long full inhale as you again feel like you're expanding, drinking it in through the skin. Full exhale just to empty, let yourself go. And then from there, see if you can keep the eyes closed just for a little bit longer for me. Breathe in, circle the arms up and overhead. We're going to find Kali Mudra. So if you have no idea what that is, again, see if you can keep the eyes closed. I'll talk you through. You're going to interlace all of your fingers, so your hands are interlocked. And then shoot your first fingers up to the sky like Charlie's angel hands. Then we stretch the arms up, super, super tall towards the sky. Now, as the arms rise here, pause. Think about the shoulders elevating just as much as you need them to for you to straighten the arms. So it's not like we're pushing the shoulders up by the ears. We're also not pulling them down. They're just kind of comfortably elevated, lifted. Feel your sit bones grounding a little closer into the floor, and then start to find this energy that pulls in and up towards the lower back. So the belly button pulls in and up. As you find that, find a rising through Mula Bandha, our root lock, so the pelvic floor of the perineum, and find this lifting of the heart, shooting the hands higher and higher and higher. Then from there, you can keep the eyes closed if you want to really feel your way into this kind of shape in this next couple breaths, or you can blink them open, it's up to you. Take a full inhale to find length. Good, and as you exhale, just take a little side reach towards the right-hand side. And then pause. Now notice if it's just your arms that come to the right. See if it can be everything from your belly button up. So we think about lengthening and then coming over to the right. Keep that left knee super, super heavy. Breath flows, navel catches in. Yeah, good. And then inhale, come up through center. Exhale, same exact thing, up and over to the other side. So go up and then over, straightening out through the arms, especially this bottom elbow. Kind of wants to hang to the floor. Try and keep this energy that pulls up through the arm bones, shoots out through the fingertips. Right knee gets heavy, belly catches in. A plumber has just arrived and is outside looking a little bit confused at what's happening. Take a full breath in, come all the way up to the top. And then exhale, just release the arms down by your side. We're going to switch the cross of the leg, so bring your bottom foot forwards or vice versa. And then again, circle the arms up, Kali Mudra, we shoot the hands up. Take a full breath in, catch in, navel to spine, so we lift up through the heart. And this time as you exhale, you're going to take a little rinse and a rotation towards your right thigh. So think about from your navel, rinsing, twisting towards the right. Take an inhale, grow taller. Exhale, lifting through the belly. We twist a little bit deeper. Let the knees get heavy. Good. And then breathe in, find center. Exhale over to the other side. So it's not going to feel like there's a lot of movement because you're really having to utilize just the transverse abdominals, the deep muscles of the core that kind of wrap in. You're using them and the obliques, the sides of the waist, to pull in and then twist a little bit deeper. Good, lovely. Inhale, rise through center. And then exhale again, squeeze the shoulders down the back body. We're going to move our way into a tabletop shape. So you can either roll over your shins or kind of gather the legs off to one side. It's really up to you. But come to arrive in this really steady, rooted table shape. Palms under shoulders, knees under hips. Straight away, we're going to root down into the tops of the feet. Catch navel towards the spine. Lengthen the crown of the head forwards. Breathe in. And on the exhale, can you come to hover your knees just a couple of inches away from the floor? So you're pushing the tops of the feet down. Now again, lift in through lower belly. Find a rising energy through Mula Bandha, pelvic floor muscles or the perineum. Lifting in and up. Gently draw the crown of the head further forwards and take the gaze just ahead of your fingertips. Push down through your hands. Don't let yourself sink into the shoulders and wrists here. Push the earth away. You've got one more breath in. Good, and then exhale, place the knees. We're going to keep everything as it is. Just tuck your right toes under as you shoot the leg away and take a little rock backwards and forwards on this right leg. Bringing some space and some ease into the back of the knee, the sole of the foot. Good. And then stacking shoulders over wrist crease. We draw the head forwards. Again, scoop into lower belly and then start to float your right leg up and away from the earth. Now, as the right leg floats, think about pushing the heel back in space and curling the hips down so that your hips are nice and squared. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, find a deeper plug into the right palm and grow your left arm forwards. And then we're just going to be here for a while. So this is often, I find, like quite a transitional posture. Let's just take a few breaths to really find it. So kick out through your right heel, kick forwards through your left arm. Notice if you're starting to sit in your lower back or your shoulders, pull up and into the belly, push down through the right palm. And that's going to build more strength and energy through our posterior chain, the back of the body. You should start to feel your right bum cheek now having to work to keep the leg in extension. Then from here, deep inhale. And as you exhale, pull in elbow to knee, round the spine and push the earth away with your right hand. Good. Inhale, grow forwards, get long. And then again, exhale, curl it in. Elbow towards the belly button, knee towards the nose. Inhale, push back, get long. Exhale, draw all the way in. And then this time, inhale, grow long. Exhale, left hand to floor, right toes to earth. You're going to spiral the right heel in and down. Press into your left palm. Keep the left shin where it is, if you can, and circle the right arm up towards the sky. So we're in this little Ardha Vashisthasana, this half side plank pose. Now, if it does feel really unsteady, you're welcome to move the left shin behind you for more stability. Otherwise, see if you can keep the toes pointing to the right arch. It's going to challenge the deep core a little bit harder by finding that balance. Then from there, can you press your hip bones forward, gather into the belly and start to float the right leg up and away from the earth. Go, come into your belly. As the right leg floats, you might stay or you might grow the right bicep up and over by your right ear. Take a full breath in. And then either stay there or as you exhale, we're going to pull elbow towards the knee, coming in front of your belly button. As you inhale, push the right heel back, right arm comes forwards. Exhale, elbow to knee. Now use your breath. Inhale, extend, grow longer. Good. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. And then from here, we're going to inhale to extend. Place the right foot to the floor. Circle the right arm in front of the face and walk your hands to the long side of the mat. Now from here, you're going to see if you can lift the right toes up to the sky. Slide the heel a little bit wider as you start to sit the bum back and come all the way sitting on your bum. Left heel is in your body, right leg is long. You're facing the long edge of the mat. You're probably going to be quite far to the back. You might have even shifted off of your yoga mat. If you need to shift forwards, go for it. Otherwise, you can just keep the legs where they are. And then from here, circle the arms above the head. Refind Kali Mudra. So that press of the hands. Start to think about the heel of the hand, especially the little finger side of the heel of the hand squishing together. It can feel really tight through the shoulders, so don't worry if it's not there for you, but have a little play. Flex up through right toes. Now catch in through the belly, so we're lifting in and up. Take a full inhale. Keep squaring to the side. And then as you exhale, start to take a little reach towards that right leg. And pause. Flex through the right foot, kick the heel further away, straighten up through your right arm. Breathe in. Squeeze up through the belly as you exhale. On the inhale, we're going to rise back up. Exhale, split the hands. Take the right hand to the floor. Left arm moves up and over your head. So going a little bit deeper into that side body stretch. Reach down through the right palm to spiral the heart upwards. Deep full inhale. Full exhale. Good. Inhale, rise yourself up. Take your left hand towards the floor. Slide it forwards of the shoulder. Take your right hand down as well. You're going to come onto the toes of your right foot. Slide all the way up and then place the knee. Tabletop shape. Take a little sway side to side. You might circle through the hips. You might move through cat-cow. Really anything that your body is craving. Take a few breaths just to feel it and find it. Good. And then reset. Press the earth away, spread the fingers, catch into the belly, tuck the left toes as you shoot the leg back, and take a little rocking backwards and forwards. Good. Then from there, gaze comes forwards. We push down through the hands, hover the left leg. Now flex the foot for me, so we're not kind of softening into the knee and letting the hips sink and dip. Push your left heel back. Think about squeezing the left quadricep up onto the thigh bones. So you're pulling kneecap up. Then from there, the leg goes as high as it can go without lifting the hips and without dropping into the belly. So everything is steady, and then we find that lift of the heel. Then from there, option 1, stay. Option 2, right arm comes forwards, we pause. When we take the arm forwards, again, it's likely that we have to just kind of check in with the body, bring awareness into those little spaces that tend to want to dip. So the abdomen pulls in, ribs hug in, chest puffs up to the shoulder blades, and then left heel goes higher as you turn your toes to the floor. So your inner thigh is having to work hard here to keep your leg from kind of swaying off to the side. Breathe in. Good, and then exhale, elbow towards the belly button, knee towards the nose. Inhale to extend. Good. Exhale, curl all the way in. Every inhale, really extend, so go for it. Kick your left heel back, reach your right arm forwards. And then exhale, pull in. Last one, we breathe in to lengthen. Exhale, right hand down, left toes down, left heel comes in and to the floor. Right hand stays, left arm circles to the sky. So we're in Ardha Vrashasthasana. Now this little cue is something that we'll speak about later in the practice, but your right hand is just ahead of your right shoulder, so we're not completely stacked. There's a little tiny bit of space of the hand ahead of the shoulder, and that's going to help to protect into the wrists. Then from there, gather into the waist, press your hip bones forwards, long tailbone, as you lift the left leg up and away from the floor. Flex through the heel, kick it away, and then maybe stay or take left bicep by ear, turn your left little finger down. Plug into the right palm. If it's wobbly, that's okay. If you need to shift your right shin back to help you balance, that's cool. Breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee. And you kind of curl through the spine here. There's a little rounding. Then you breathe in to extend, push the heel back, reach the arm forwards. Good, and then exhale, ride the breath as you exhale, curl in, squeeze through the belly. Inhale, grow tall, grow long. Exhale, curl in. Lovely. Last one, inhale, grow long. Exhale, curl in. As you breathe in, extend. Take the left foot to the floor. Circle the left arm towards the long edge of the mat. Now from here, you walk the hands roughly under the shoulders. That's kind of rough. Pick up the left toes. Slide the heel forward and to the side as you slowly start to sit yourself all the way down. So this right heel is close to the body. The knee is to the side. I'm going to get eaten by my plant. Left toes are flexed up. Soften, ground both sit bones to the floor. Circle the arms, find Kali Mudra. Breathe in, find energy as you pull through the belly, lift the heart. And then exhale, let's take that little reach towards the left side. Keep spiraling the left ribs up, also towards the sun. So it's not a softening of the heart, it's a spiraling open. Keep the abdomen engaged to protect your lower back. Good. Softening in. And then breathe in, find center. Split the hands, and as you exhale, left hand to earth, right arm moves all the way up and over. Find a little pressure through the left palm to spiral the chest up to the sky. So now you are still using your abdominals, but you're also helping yourself out with a little press of the left hand. Good. Breathe in. Exhale out. And then inhale, begin to rise. Reach your right arm forwards, reach your left arm forwards, spiral back into a tabletop shape. And again, take that little sway, a circle, a rock, a roll. Tuck your toes under here. You're going to step your hands just about a hand width in front of your shoulders. Draw the bum back towards the heels. Taking a full breath in as you push the ground away. Good, and on your exhale, let's rise seat to sky, moving all the way up and back into the first downward facing dog of your practice. Good. Now, as you arrive in this first down dog, as always, just take a couple breaths to really feel it out. So check in with your body, check in with what you're craving. If there's a little movement you want to take, take it. It might be a pedal of the legs, a shake of your head, yes and no. Really anything that you fancy. Take it, feel it out. Good. And then when you're ready, no rush, no hurry, let's come to find a sense of stillness, a sense of center. So spreading the fingers wide, actively pushing the floor down with the hands. That sense of push, I know I bang on about it all the time, but it's really going to start to engage a little deeper through the shoulder muscles. So we're taking less strain on the wrists, when you can really think about pushing the earth down with the palms of the hands. We find that energy of scooping in through the lower belly, tilting your sit bones towards the sky, and feeling softness just kind of washing, pouring out through the backs of the legs and through the heels. On your next breath in, pick up onto the tiptoes. And on your next breath out, tuck your chin and slowly wave yourself forwards and out to high plank pose. We're going to pause and hold it there. So your wrist crease this time are stacked almost directly underneath your shoulders. The lower belly is scooped in. Option to place the knees to the floor, but if you are placing the knees, notice if you kind of sink into it, try and stay long, hips in line with shoulders. Tailbone is slightly tilted back in space so that your lower belly pins in a little closer towards the lower back. And again, that's going to support the lower spine. Now, knees or toes, that's up to you, but we're all going to try the little arm variation. Walk your feet a tiny bit wider than hip width. If you're on your knees, you don't need to worry about that. Pop up onto your right fingertips. Now breathe in, look forwards. And as you exhale, either stay there or take your right arm forwards. It's hard. Take your right arm forwards for me. As the arm comes through, soften the hips as squared as they will go. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand down. Other side. Plug down, rise to left fingertips. Square the hips, left hip tucks down in line with the right. Scoop up through belly, press out through heels, or again, if you're in the knees, it's the same thing. Left arm comes forwards, nothing else changes. Turn the thumb to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, hand down. Shift the weight forwards on your inhale, place the knees. And as you exhale, bend the elbows. Lower to your belly. Good, lovely. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. The hands are up by your chest here. We're going to peel the shoulders forwards, up, back and away, then hug the elbows to the side body. On an inhale, rise up to your Bhujangasana, light press of the palms. And on your exhale, wave yourself all the way back down. We take that twice more. Breathing in to roll the shoulders, pick up the heart, keep the elbows bent, shoulders soft. And then exhale, lovely, wave all the way down. Engage through the triceps by taking one more. Squeeze the elbows to the side body, drop your shoulders, and then breathe out, lower all the way. From here, play with lifting your hip bones just an inch off of the floor. Breathe in, push straight to your knees, curl the toes, and as you exhale, let's rise up and back, downward facing dog. Taking a full inhale through the nose. Big open mouth, clear the air. Let it go. And then back to a dry breath. We inhale fully. Good. Exhale to empty. Let the weight shift to your left foot. Grow the right heel to the sky. As your right heel comes up, pause. Find a full extension, a full reach of that right leg. Soften the hip in line with the left, and then kick your right heel higher to the sky. Take just 3 or 4 little pulses up through that right heel. 3, 2, 1, and then we breathe into float to the left toes. Exhale, pull the right knee to your nose and take your time to softly step the right foot up by your right thumb. Pause, get light on your fingertips, roll the shoulders, spine comes out. Spine comes out? What a horrible idea. Your spine lengthens, it doesn't come out of your back. Press into your left fingertips, rotate to the right, lift your right arm to the sky. Now, can you stay light here on your left fingertips only? Good. Tuck the right hip back. Almost roll your left hip forwards and then squeeze the muscles on the back thigh up to the bone. Lovely. Breathe in. Exhale, circle the right hand to the earth. And on your breath in, we look forwards, lift the chest. And as you exhale, relax the head, step left foot to the right. Feet can be hip width to begin with, feels a little softer. Bend your knees and then dangle. And let yourself just find this easy fold over the thighs. So again, the knees definitely aren't locked out. They're a little soft. There might be movement that you explore here. Or maybe there's stillness, up to you. Breath is full. And then from here, inhale, take the hands to the shins, come up halfway, hold it there for me. Place a tiny, tiny little bend in the knees. Roll more weight to the toes. Now catch into the ribs, into the belly. Keep the spine exactly as it is. Try not to let it drop, keep it there. Just release the hands. And then roll your shoulders, reach down through the fingers and forwards through the head. Play with every time, if you don't like it, you can come back to hands on shins, but play with every time in Ardha Uttanasana you find this shape. It might be a little lower, it might be a little higher, but the belly is locked on, your knees are slightly soft, your weight is forwards, and we're not pushing into the hands. Breathe in. Good, and then exhale, fold. Bend your knees, lots, tuck your chin to your chest, and in slow motion, you're gonna rise to standing. At the top, circle the arms above the head, breathe in. And exhale, reconnect to Kali Mudra. So again, interlacing the hands, shooting the first fingers up. Now heel toe your feet together so the big toes begin to either connect or they just come in really nice and narrow. Take your gaze on the horizon, so eyes are forwards, not down, not lifted, they're just nice and steady. You're going to pull the inner thighs towards one another, lift up into the lower belly, and then shift the weight forwards until you can lift the heels off of the floor. And then pause. Now, can you engage your glutes here? As you engage your bum, your tailbone not tucks, but it lengthens. Your lower belly then has a little bit of an easier time drawing in, and that's going to help you find steadiness. See how high you can rise to the toes and then pull the inner knees together. Pause. Reach higher through your fingertips. If there's movement, that's fine. Let there be that little movement, that little shift. It's a sign that we're shifting energy, that we're shifting stagnant prana, that we don't need anymore. We're shifting stagnation. And then we're using, again, every breath that we take in, every deep breath, to fill up with space, with energy, with prana. Hold it there for me for one more breath in. And then exhale, drop the heels, split the hands wider than shoulder width. Keep reaching up through your arms, bend your knees and sit back and down into chair pose at Utkatasana. Weight goes to the heels as you sit the hips low, rise through low belly, draw the heart forwards. Your lower back is so nice and long here. We're not sticking the bum all the way out, there's a little length. Good, breathe in, perfect everyone. As you exhale, find a forward fold, nice and soft, nice and easy. Inhale, find that halfway lift, float the fingers, roll the shoulders. Good, exhale, plant the hands to the floor and just take a nice easy step back into plank pose. Right foot and left foot, doesn't really matter. As you find plank, we're going to zip the feet together, squeeze the inner thighs. Take your right hand an inch in front of your right shoulder. Roll to the little toe side of right foot, flexing the foot, stacking left foot on top. We take Vinyasa, side plank, left arm rises. If this is too much, you can step left foot in front of the right, or drop your right knee to the floor. Find Ardha Vashisthasana like we did at the beginning of the practice. Wherever you are, send your hip bones forwards, stacking left hip over the right. Breathe in. Exhale, take a circle, left arm forward, it rolls forwards, you look down, take the hands under the shoulders, refine plank, walk the feet together. Other side, left hand moves an inch in front of the shoulder. We roll to little toe side of left foot or drop the shin, place the right foot flat, lift the right arm. So Ardha Vashisthasana, stepping one foot in front of the other or stacking the feet, drawing your hips forwards, curling right hip down, lifting left hip higher. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, circle right hand to the earth. Step hands under shoulders, feet hip width. Breathe in, send your weight forwards. Knees or toes as you exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Good. Press into the tops of the feet. Loop the shoulders onto the upper back. Breathe in, find your Bhujangasana. And then hold it there as you exhale. Now hold it there for a moment. So when we get tired in Bhujangasana, what we tend to do is lock the shoulders, kind of flop the hips and pull the shoulders up to the ears. I want you to think about wrapping your shoulders down, elbows are bent and they are tucked in to your waist. If you don't really feel anything through the triceps here, play with softening down just half an inch and then pause. Draw the shoulders down, puff the heart, the center of your chest forwards, lower belly is still lifted. Breathe in. Exhale, lower to the floor. Lift the hips. Inhale, push to your knees, tuck toes. Exhale, downward facing dog, we rise all the way. Good, lovely work. Once you're there, weight comes into the right foot. We lift the left heel towards the sky, pause. Square the hips. Push up and out through your straight left leg, flexing the heel. And then 3 little pulses, up and up and up. We breathe in to rise to the right tiptoes. Exhale, curl left knee to nose, lift up through the left fingertips, place your foot. Come up onto both sets of fingertips, squeeze right kneecap to bone, soften the pelvis, lift the chest. Pause. And then keep the right fingers grounded, left arm circles to the sky. We move into a twist. So even if you're on the palm of the right hand, think about how light you can get on it. If you can, rise to the fingertips. Press more into the big toe side of your left foot to engage the inner seam of the thigh. My inner thigh strength is not great, and it's always something I have to remind myself is not to kind of flop the hips nice and low. So think about pressing into the big toe sides of the feet and zipping the space in between the inner thighs closer towards one another, like you're hugging them into the energetic midline of the mat. One more breath in. Exhale, release the left fingers. Inhale, pull the chest through. Exhale, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Fingertips float, belly pulls in. Exhale, we fold. This time, reach down to rise all the way up. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, find Kali Mudra. Walk your feet together. We press down into the toes. Scoop up through the belly. Squeeze up through the arms. And rise up onto your tiptoes. Again, as you rise, let's pause. Draw the inner thighs close. Wrap them in. Find a little squeeze of the bum to lengthen your tailbone, lifting higher through the chest. And then see how high you might feel like you can stack the heels over the toe crease. Breathe in. Exhale, place the heels. Keep energy through your hips. Split the hands hip width. Just widen shoulder width. And then bend your knees. Keep squeezing through the bum as you sit into chair pose. Good. Inhale, heart rises. Exhale, hips sink. One more breath in. Exhale, let's forward fold. Let it go. Nice. Inhale, lengthen up halfway, find space. Exhale, palms down, left and right foot step back into plank pose. This time, place your knees to the floor, untuck the toes, hold it there. So you're in this kind of like 3/4 plank, shoulders over wrists, again, tailbone lengthens so that the abdomen can draw in. We find strength and stability through our power center, our agnya, inner fire through the belly. Breathe in, shift the weight slightly further forwards. And then from here, we're going to exhale to bend the elbows towards the waist, lowering about halfway down. It might not be fully halfway, it might just be the elbows bend a little. Breathe in, straighten the arms. Good, and then exhale, do it again. Come forwards, bend the elbows. Shoulders are pulling down. Inhale, straighten. You've got one more. Exhale to lower. Inhale to straighten. And then this time, exhale, come all the way, slowly onto your belly. Good. Hands are by your chest, so by the ribs, rather than under the shoulders. Curl the shoulders back, press into the palms, rise up, Vinyasa, hold. Now, option 1, stay there. Option 2, you're going to press into the tops of the feet, and as you lift your knees, straighten the arms, lift the pelvis, then roll the shoulders. We find upward facing dog, so only feet and hands are on the floor. Breathe in. And then exhale, your journey rises you all the way up and back to down dog. So either pulling up through the hips or lowering back onto your belly, pressing to the knees and then finding downward facing dog. Nice. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose. And then just open the mouth to clear the air, let it go. Weight goes back into the left foot. We lift the right heel to the sky. Keep it squared. Take 5 little pulses. We take 5, lift it up, 4, lift the heel higher, 3, 2, 1. Find that full extension. Keep the hips squared. Breathe in. And then exhale, round in, knee to nose, shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, send the heel to the sky. Exhale, take your right knee to your right elbow, tap it wide, shoulders over the wrists. Breathe in, send it high. Good, and then exhale, knee to the left elbow, pause. Straighten the right leg underneath you, so you're flexing the right foot, little toe side of the foot is on the floor, under the belly. Then, left heel comes in and down. You push down through the right hand, come to left fingertips. Stay there or lift your left arm. So we're in a fallen triangle. Now you can either stay here, lift the hips, or squeeze in through the belly. See if that right leg can hover. You could bend the knee or you could keep it straight. Breathe in. Good, breathe out. Bend your right knee, left hand down, lift the hips high, stack right hip over left, bend your top knee. We find an open hipped, 3-legged dog. Amazing. Breathe in, float to the left toes, lift the right knee higher using the bum. And then exhale, square the hips, knee to nose, step your foot forwards. Whew, okay, as your right foot comes forwards, your left heel is going to come in and down to the floor. Okay, kind of forgot to breathe through that whole section. Hopefully you did. Turn your left toes in for me. Now take your right hand, just slightly, sorry. Take your right hand to the inside of the right foot. So warrior 2 legs. Your right heel is in line with the arch of the left foot. Then from here, you're rising up onto tented fingertips. We're going to roll the shoulders, lift through the chest, breathe in. And on an exhale, begin to crawl your hands towards the top left corner of the mat. Now they might go beyond that. Throughout this whole next couple of moments, I'm not going to say how long, but the next couple of moments, I want you to keep your legs in warrior 2 stance. So that really strong, steady stance of the legs. It's just the upper body that's going to be shifting around. Push into the left little toe side of the foot, roll your shoulders onto your upper back. Then the legs don't move. This is really weird variation I tried out in a class this morning and I enjoyed it, so I wanted to share it with you. We're going to keep the legs as they are. Crawl your hands almost forwards and towards the left side. So not to your left foot, but towards the left side. It's like you're making a little C curve with your upper body. Keep bending, right knee over ankle, left leg is straight. Right arm crawls further forwards to make space in the right side of the body, through the lat, through the back. Breathe in. Exhale out. Slide your hands back, right fingertips next to the right arch. Left arm sweeps to the sky. We find extended side angle. So right fingers are on the floor, or if you have a block, absolutely, go for it. And then your left arm is rising. Hips pull forwards. From here, look down to the right foot. Press into your feet. Rise up, warrior two. Oh, okay. Is everyone okay? Yeah, I've got like a little trickly sweat thing going on everywhere, which is just lovely. Roll the shoulders down, but it's good. This is energy that we're shifting. We're shaking up stagnation by rinsing deeply through the body, by really working the heat, the fire. Every time we connect to our belly, we connect to the space of the Agni. The Agni is like our internal fire. It's a space of power, of digestion, of releasing whatever it is you no longer need with you. From here, we're going to turn the right palm to the sky. Breathe in, sweep forwards. And then exhale it back into a reverse warrior. Nice and easy, nice and light on the left hand. Breathe in, feel the right side of your body. And on your exhale, we're just going to cartwheel the hands either side of the right foot. Move the block out of the way. Come onto the toes of your back foot for me. Now press down through your palms, gather into the belly, push the earth away, lift the right leg to the sky. Stack right hip over left, bend your right knee. From here, we're going to move this into our wild thing. So float to your left toes, shift your weight slightly forwards like you're about to come into a plank pose. Then you roll to the little toe side of the left foot, lift the right fingers. In slow motion, ball of the right foot touches the floor behind you. Then send your hip bones high towards the sky, peel the chest open. You could take it as a side body stretch or more of a back bend, puffing the chest up, letting the right arm float back. Breathe in. Now exhale, look forwards and just sit the bum to the floor. So you'll now be facing the back of your mat. Good. I had a moment where I thought we'd frozen. We're okay. So you're now looking at the back of your mat. Lengthen up. Your left leg is straight. Your right knee is into your chest. You're probably slightly off of your mat. That's okay because we're going to unravel in a moment. So if you can stay off of your mat, go for it. Otherwise you can wiggle back onto your mat. It's not a problem. There's about hand width in between your right foot and your left knee. So not too much space, they're quite close. And then just hold on to the right knee, or the shin I should say, with your arms. Lift the chest tall and pause. Soft shoulders, flex the left foot. Again, reconnect to that light energy of the belly, scooping in and up towards the lower back. Good. Then from here, you're going to lift your right arm to the sky, breathing in. And then exhale, circle the fingertips just lightly to the floor behind you. Lift your left arm, breathing in. And then exhale, just hug the knee with your elbow so that inner crease of the elbow hooks around the right knee. We lift the chest tall and then we move into a twist, turning over your back shoulder. Flex the left toes for me. Push the heel away. Good. See if you can shrug off your shoulders. So if you have quite long arms and you find that the right shoulder kind of pushes up, just soften the elbow a little so you can focus on the shoulders squeezing together. Good. And then breathe in, turn the eyes forwards. On the exhale, unravel. Now take your left hand towards the original front of the mat. Fingertips are pointing towards the front of your mat. Confusing. You're going to look at the left foot. Roll towards the little toe side of the left foot. Look at your left hand, by foot, I meant hand. Look at your left hand. Roll onto the little toe side of your left foot. Take your right hand next to the left, push up and step into plank pose. Yeah. Inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, chaturanga. You can go halfway down or to your belly. Pull through to an up dog or strong cobra as you inhale. Exhale, let's rise all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Let's move straight to the other side. The weight comes into the right foot. We lift up through the left heel. Push the hands into the floor. So stay with your strong foundations. I sometimes miss out the cues of the foundations because we're kind of focusing on other things. But keep all of that energy. Pressing through the palms, rolling the shoulders, lifting through the belly. Hips are squared, and then take 5 little pulses of the left heel. So go up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full extension, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over your wrists, round your back. Inhale, press the heel upwards. Exhale, knee to left elbow, tap wide. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Now straighten your left leg. Take the little toe side of the foot to the floor. Underneath you, flex it. Right heel down. Maybe right to right fingertips. Maybe right arm lifts. Maybe you stay there. Or perhaps even gather so strongly through your belly that you can start to float your left leg away from the floor, keeping it straight or bent. One more breath in. Exhale out. Bend the knee, right hand to earth. Come onto the toes of your right foot. Now lift the leg up and open, stacking the hips, left knee to the sky. Good. Inhale, float to right toes, kick the knee a little bit higher. Exhale, square it off and step it through. Warrior 2 through the lower body. Right heel comes in and down. Toes are slightly turned in. Left knee is on top of the left ankle. That doesn't move. Take your left arm to the inside of the left knee. Breathe in. Lift the chest. Look at the top right corner of your mat. And then exhale. Crawl forwards. And go as far as you can without shifting too much weight on the hands. So like 98% of your weight, 95% of your weight maybe is on your feet and your legs. Squeeze up the muscles in your back thigh. Keep sliding left hip behind the knee so we're not swinging the bum out. We're drawing it under and forwards. Breathe in. Exhale it out. Now the reach is going to stay, but instead of reaching towards the top right, you're going to crawl the hands forwards and almost reach towards the back left corner of your mat. So it's a curve all the way through the body. And because we're not moving the legs, this is going to be deeper through the left side body. Reach that left hand further and further away for me. Good. Breathe in. Exhale it out. Crawl forwards. Left hand fingertips are on the floor or a block next to your left foot. We lift the right arm, extended side angle just for a moment. Press into right little toe, hug up through the abdomen. Look to the earth, press into your heels, spread your toes wider and grow open to Virabhadrasana 2. And then soften. If you can, stay with it. So soften left knee forwards and over little toe side of foot. Press down through the right leg. Leg is strong and straight. Thigh is pulled up. Your tailbone is long. The low belly is lifted. And then your shoulder blades just very gently hug together. Good. And we breathe here. Nice. Left hamstring is kind of aiming to be parallel to the floor. So maybe it softens in a little bit deeper. Good. Left palm flips up. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, take it back, reverse your warrior. Breathe in, fill the left side of the body. Exhale, sit your left knee lower. Last inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame your front foot. So we're going to move into that wild thing, but take your time, even if you know where you're going. Come to the toes of the right foot, spread fingers, push the earth away. Lift the left leg. So we stack left hip over the right, bend into your top knee. I'm going to change direction, but stay exactly where you are for me. So wild thing, we start to rise to the toes of the right foot. Shift your weight slightly forwards. Then as you roll to the little toe side of the foot, flex it lots. To make this stronger, lift your left hand now, and then in slow motion, the left toes kiss the floor. Good. Your hips pull up, your heart leans back. There's a wrapping of the right shoulder onto the upper back body. Breathe in. Exhale, look forwards, sit your bum to the floor. So right leg is straight, left knee is bent, you're facing the back of the mat. Hug the left knee to the chest, wrap the hands or arms around the shin, press into the shin to lengthen the spine. Breathe. There's a little space between your left foot and your right leg, about a hand width. Then from there, right arm wraps around the left knee, left arm lifts up on the inhale. And on your exhale, turn it around, come into a twist. Fingertips find the earth. Breathe in, find more length, more space. And then exhale, draw the shoulder blades together, ease into that space, pause. On your inhale, draw the head forwards. Exhale, unravel, take it towards the right, take your right hand down, look at the right hand, left hand comes down. You drop the chest a little before pulling yourself up and stepping into plank pose. We work through a vinyasa. Inhale, shift it forwards. Knees or toes, exhale, chaturanga to the belly or halfway. Inhale, rise up through the heart, fill with your breath. Good, and then exhale, let's rise all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Full inhale through the nose for me, you're doing so amazing. And then open your mouth wide and clear the air with a sigh. We're going to keep the feet where they are and take slow walks back with your hands. So eventually you come to the back of the mat. The feet are still hip width. Take a little softness, a little heaviness through your knees. Bow forwards. Good. And then from here, we inhale to rise up halfway. As you exhale, bow a little deeper, bend your knees, tuck your chin into your chest, and then slow motion. Let's rise up. Lift the arms to the sky, breathing in. And then exhale, just shrug off the arms, let them fall. Good. Okay, grab some water if you want some water, or if you have it. Do anything you need to do, any little adjustments or shifts. Okay, is everyone all right? Are we getting on okay? Yeah. Okay, cool. Amazing. So this is like the last hard thing that we're doing. A little bit of balancing. We've not done too many balances actually recently, so just a little bit to find it and feel it. We're going to start with the feet nice and close. So they don't have to be touching, but they're coming in nice and tight. Then from here, shrug off your shoulders. Lift the arms towards the sky. So the hands are slightly wider than shoulders. Pull into the belly, little squeeze of the bum. Keep that and then sit the butt back and down and find Utkatasana chair pose. Good. So drishti means, or doesn't mean, but it's, yeah, it kind of like means a focal point or a gaze point. So right now, your drishti, your gaze point, is on something steady in front of you. The reason that we use a drishti through balances is, of course, when we're looking around, we're kind of darting the eyes around, we are going to expect the body to do exactly the same, whereas if your gaze is steady, but also soft, you're not squinting or kind of, if you lose your spot, it doesn't mean that you're going to lose your balance. It's more of this idea of just having this kind of steady gaze point. If you can maintain that, then, you know, it's said to manifest its way into a little more steadiness through the body. So eyes are locked, but soft. Weight comes into your right foot, and we draw the left knee towards the chest. Then cross the left thigh over the right. Now you can go once, or you can wrap the left toes around the standing calf for twice. I find that my left knee doesn't love this, so I usually just go for one wrap, but there's not a right or wrong here. Wherever you are, even if you've got the toes around the calf, actually actively pull your inner thighs towards one another. I think when we wrap the toes, sometimes the body's just like, yeah, okay, I've got this. Instead of relying on flexibility here, let's pull the inner thighs together and imagine that you're like melting, the left knee is melting into the right. Arms lift, now breathe in. And on the exhale, take your right arm forwards, your left arm backwards. And if you feel steady, look towards the left. So we're in a twist. Long through your back, we sit the bum a little bit lower. Good. Look forwards, inhale, lift the arms. Press through the right foot, rise up. Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain, left knee to chest. We're going to cross the left ankle, this time just on top of the right knee. Breathe in. And as you exhale, sit your bum back and down. Take the hands, pull them to heart center. We're in a standing pigeon pose. Flex your left foot. Notice if you're sticking the right hip out and sitting into the right side of the lower back. Almost feel like you could square the hips as you sit the bum lower. Fold the chest maybe halfway forwards. You can stay there, or for a fun little variation, fun, I don't know if that's the word, we find a twist. So take your right hand to your left foot, only if you feel steady. Left elbow to arch of left foot, right hand on top of it. Then maybe turn your eyes to the right. Good. Breathe in. Exhale out. Everyone rise up. Left knee to chest. And then step the feet down. Good. Take a moment, lift up through the arms. Walk your feet together. Breathe in. Exhale, sit down. Chair pose at Tadasana. Spread your right toes, fan them wide. Spread your left toes, fan them wide. Press down through the left foot. Right knee to heart. Cross the thigh once or toes for twice. But when we do this, your hips are going to want to spiral to the left here. Try if you can to square them forwards as much as you can. They will twist a little. Curl the right hip back, left hip forwards. If you haven't crossed the toes, flex the right foot and then sink the hips down a little bit lower. Breathe in, find length through the spine. Exhale, left forwards, right arm backwards. Thumbs turn up. Squeeze the inner thighs. Feel like you're melting right hamstring into the quad of the left thigh, the front of the thigh. Inhale, rise the arms, stand tall, right knee to chest, straighten the left leg. Flex the right foot across ankle just above the knee, let the knee drop, breathe in. Exhale, standing pigeon. We take the hands to the heart center, press the bum back and down. Stay upright or fold halfway forwards, but keep length. Like Ardha Uttanasana, we're not hunching, there's space. Option 3, twist, left hand to foot, right elbow to the arch, left hand then on top of the right, we spread the fingers, press down, turn your eyes to the side. If you feel really daring, maybe you look up and beyond your left elbow, have a play. Wherever you are, it's great, it's where you should be with it. So if it doesn't go right, come back to any variation and be there, sit with that. Look forward, Ekapada Tadasana, we breathe in, stand up. Exhale, foot down. Walk the feet hip width. Inhale, lift through the arms. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, fold it forwards. Good. Breathe in, lengthen up halfway, lift the heart for me. And on the exhale, pad your hands out just to a downward facing dog. So nice and easy, nice and slow. Crawl it out. Press through the palms. Lift the hips. Breathe. Full inhale in, full exhale out. On your inhale, come to the toes. Exhale, drop your knees onto the floor. We're going to move into a tabletop shape. And just work through a little movement here. Inhaling to lift the heart maybe. Exhaling to round the spine. It might stay with cat-cow, you might swiggle. Circle and wiggle, as apparently the new term is swiggle. So, if you didn't know this, fancy yoga term. Move in any way that you want. And then find center. Now this next transition, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be okay with this, but if not, please don't worry. It's just a confusing way of getting into something relatively soft with lots of options. So don't worry if it's not there for you right now. We'll play with another option. Take your right knee under your belly button. Pick up your left knee, cross it behind the right. You're going to move your feet wide and then start to sit your bum back. Keep going, walk your hands with you, and we sit all the way into Gomukhasana, cow face. I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit so you can see my legs. Okay, so we transitioned back, but a couple of options. If you have a block and your hips are feeling quite sticky, sitting up on a block is probably my favorite option if you do have one. Again, they can be books or anything block-like. This means that you can probably keep the legs where they are and just find a little more softening through the bum, because we don't want to be lifting one bum cheek off the floor, so both are steady. Now, if your knees aren't enjoying this or it just doesn't feel right, you can either cross your shins, right shin in front of the left. This is probably the best option for hip opening. Or you could take a half cow face with the left leg forwards and the right leg bent. The only thing is that, you know, this is slightly less intense on the hips. So if you want to look for a hip opener, see if the other options will work for you. Then wherever you are, let's take a moment to lift up through the chest, soften down through the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, find length. Good, and as you exhale, I like to ground my hands onto the feet here, but you can have them to the floor. We start to draw the head and heart forwards. So if your left leg is straight in front of you, you'll be feeling this through your left hamstring. If you want to feel it through there, then that's great. Otherwise, you can again come back to cross-legged or sitting up on something. If your body allows you to, you might walk the hands forwards if you want to. I still quite like hands to feet here. It just feels a little more grounding and connecting, but it's really up to you. Wherever you are, try and keep your sit bones, your bum cheeks, grounded, whether it's on your block or on the floor. Even if that means not going as low, that's okay. Soft shoulders, and we breathe here. Good. Take another full inhale in. Good, and another full exhale all the way out. Lovely. Begin to roll yourself up. Now lift this right knee and step the foot to the floor with your toes roughly looking forwards. Again, if your left knee doesn't like this and you don't have a block to sit on, you can always straighten the left leg so it's just the right thigh crossing over the left. Sometimes with both knees bent, it can feel really compressing through the hip socket. So if that does that for you, just straighten the bottom leg. Right fingers go back, left arm goes up. We inhale to lengthen, find space. And then exhale, twist. Option 1, elbow to thigh or knee, sorry. Option 2, take your elbow to the outer thigh. So either you're hugging it or you're taking elbow to outer thigh, fingertips to the sky. Breathe in, press through the sit bones, lift the heart. And as you exhale, squeeze the shoulders back and start to move yourself into a twist. Remember, when we twist, it's not all about the head. It's coming from your belly button mostly, or we're trying to get that sensation of twisting and igniting our agni by creating more of a rinse through the belly. Now, by a show of, what should I make you do? If you give me a thumbs up on your whatever hand it is, your left hand, this means you want me to teach an arm balance. If you don't do anything with your hand, I won't teach the arm balance. Okay, cool. We've got a couple. So option 1 is to stay where you are. This next arm balance, I'm not going to lie, it's quite confusing, but you'll be fine if you like arm balancing. So option 1, stay in your twist. Now, if you're staying in your twist, I encourage you to bring softness through your neck, create slow semicircles of chin to chest. If you're feeling fiery, you want to move into this arm balance. You take the hands to the floor outside of the right leg. You spread the fingers wide. Then you kind of pull the floor towards you, lift up, so you're on your right toes and your left shin. Then it's again a bit confusing. We have to make sure this right knee is higher than the left elbow. The right elbow is going to tuck into this space between your thigh and your waist, so it hooks in. As you hook it in, bend the elbows like chaturanga, look forwards, lean forward, squeeze the inner thighs together and see if maybe the feet can float. If you have that, we straighten the right leg, kick the left leg up and back and scissor through the legs. And then eventually we come all the way back down the way that we came up. So have a play, no expectation, just playing with it, seeing how it goes. Good, spread your fingers, bend your elbows like chaturanga. Yes, Jane, good, that's lovely. Bend your elbows even more, Chloe. Yeah, make sure your knee is right hooked up on top of your tricep. Otherwise it's going to feel awkward. Okay, good. Yeah, do you like that one? I like that one. Unravel, everyone. Look forwards. Lean back into your hands. Take the feet to the floor. Spiral the fingertips whatever way you want them to spiral. And then just take a little sway side to side of the knees. Good. Okay. And then to move to the other side, we're just going to set it up nice and soft. Or you can come to tabletop if you like that transition. So sitting up onto the bum, straighten the legs, bend your left knee, cross left foot over right, bend your right knee underneath you, and then walk this left heel up towards the outer right hip. So the knee is stacked one on top of the other. Or again, tabletop, right knee goes under the left, and then you sit your bum down. Remember your options: sitting on a block, straightening your bottom leg, or cross-legged, left shin in front of the right is going to target more of the hips, the outer hips, when you fold forwards. When you're ready, ground the hands either to the floor or the arches of the feet. Make sure both bum cheeks are set down to the earth. The left foot might want to slide forward, so that's why I quite like to stabilize the foot, just to kind of gently remind it to stay where it is. Right foot might shift a little further to the top left corner to increase the pose or increase the depth of the hips. Breathe in, lengthen. And then breathe out, draw yourself forwards. Just as much as you want to go, just as far as you want to go. Crown points forward, shoulders are soft. Belly starts to soften down towards the thigh. Only breathe here. Really amazing work today, you guys. Well done. Take one more full breath in and out. And then tucking your chin, rolling yourself up. Left foot comes flat to the floor. Left fingers go back. Remember, you can always straighten your right leg. Breathe in, lift the right arm. Exhale, we either hug the knee or we take the elbow to the outer knee, lift the chest and twist. Be here for a couple breaths. Even if you know you want to arm balance, let's just be here for a few moments with your breath. Inhaling to find more length, more space, and exhaling to ease yourself in. Pushing down through the big toe side of the left foot, staying light on your left fingers. Now again, option one, stay in your twist and work with a little softness through your neck. So just letting ear fall to shoulder, chin to chest, really, really slowly. I'm going to show you from this angle the arm balance. So if you want to come into it, your hands drop to the floor. Now, when we find this, the fingers are spread wide, your hands are no wider than shoulder width, and your elbows are going to bend back into the side body like chaturanga. Then we find a little pull up until you're on your right knee and shin. The hands might need to walk a little differently. Now make sure your left knee is higher than your right elbow. If it's on the elbow, you're not going to be able to bend your arm. So it has to be hooked higher. This left elbow tucks into your left hip. We start to look forward, lean forward, squeeze the inner thighs and see if the legs can maybe pick up. You grip into your fingertips. If you want to, left leg straightens, right arm floats up, right leg floats up and back. Just have a play. It's all a practice. It's really not important. It doesn't mean that you are better or worse or anything at yoga. There is no such thing. Just give it a go. Shake it off if it doesn't go the way you wanted it to. Good. And then when you're ready, unravel from your twist. Take the hands behind you. Lean back. Take the feet to the floor and just take that little sway side to side. Good. Lovely. Grab any water that you might want. If you have any layers that you want to pop on before we lie down for Shavasana, take them. And then when you're ready, take the feet to the floor, arms forward, tuck your chin, roll onto your back, and pull your knees in towards your belly. Give yourself a squeeze, a cuddle, take a little rock side to side maybe. You might move this into happy baby if you want to open up through the hips a little. We've really worked on outer hip steadiness and inner thigh openness. Steadiness probably actually through inner and outer thighs, but really through that Gomukhasana and all our twists, we are stretching through the outside of the thighs. So happy baby should feel pretty nice for the inner thighs and through the groin, just to reopen and soften there. And then when you're ready, let your feet fall and take your Shavasana pose, or any shape you want to take before Shavasana, go for it. But when you're ready, move your way into your space. So I am a firm favourite of Supta Baddha Konasana just because it feels good on my back. For you, it might be that you take your feet wide and let the knees knock in together. You might really love this kind of really spacious traditional Shavasana with your legs out long. Whatever feels right for you, go for it. And then let the arms be an extension of how soft and heavy your shoulders are. So whether your hands are on your belly, your heart, or by your side, they are really, really soft. Find a subtle tuck of your chin towards your chest. before placing the back of the head back down. We close the eyes and just really allow yourself this time, these final few moments and breaths of our practice together to settle your way in, to really let yourself soften, sink in. Breath flowing with ease and fluidity and lightness. Body is soft and heavy. And you're just giving yourself these quiet couple of moments to be just exactly as you are, exactly where you are in your space. And as always, we let that be enough. And then gently we begin to just reawaken the breath in the body. Taking a fuller, deeper inhale through the nose. And then just parting the lips as you release all of the air back out again. We create movements, big or small, through the fingertips, through your toes, maybe through your mouth, your jaw. Maybe you take a big full body stretch, or you pull your knees to your chest, really anything that you are craving, take it. And then in your own time, completely, whenever you're ready, kind of choreograph your own way into a seated position, into your sukhasana, your seat of ease. And when you're there, lengthening through the spine, grounding through the sit bones, we'll connect the hands together, closing the eyes. And take this final pause to offer yourself gratitude for being here, for stepping onto your mat, for practicing and bringing your energy and your effort. To seal our practice, we take a round of Brahmari humming bee breath, if you want to. Inhaling to start with, fully through the nose. And then just open the mouth to clear the air, let it go. Next breath out, we'll hum. So inhaling to prepare. On your next breath in, lift your mudra towards the sky. And on the exhale, bring the thumbs to the third eye for kind thoughts, the thumbs to the lips for kind words, and your thumbs to your heart for kind actions. Thank you for sharing your beautiful practice with me this morning. Namaste.